Hey guys, my name's Man, and today I'm going to be taking you through an awesome new project called SelfBar. Now, what is SelfBar? SelfBar is a developer and manufacturer of self-serving drink machines. These machines are self-service, cashless, and are meant for venues which need to produce a lot of drinks in a short amount of time. The SelfBar project. SelfBar is an industrial project dedicated to the drink sector. Now, as you guys may or may not know, the drink sector is actually a very stable sector. So with all the pandemic stuff and all the issues going on in the world, lots of industries have been hit. However, the drinks industry remains a very strong market because obviously people are always going to need a drink, whether that's water or beer or juice or whatever. People are always going to need a drink, and this is really a great solution for that. So let's just have a look at the market. So the drink market is global. The world will always have to drink, even in times of crisis. This market is one of the most resilient. SelfBar's business model opts for an international development for strategic reasons. Now, SelfBar tables are manufactured by independent manufacturers and installers around the world and supported by a network of ambassadors from different countries. So these SelfBar tables are suitable for all types of drinks, whether they're beers, wine, sodas, waters, coffee, etc. So you can actually load these tables up with anything that you would like to, which is really cool and something that I think would be beneficial in a lot of different places. So you could have pubs filled with beer, and you could have wineries filled with certain wines, which in itself sounds very dangerous, because I know that would be very dangerous for me, but it would be very good for the for the operators of these, and they would make massive margins there. So it's very cool project, and I'm really excited to see how this actually turns out. So the global market here, you can see there's lots of tables planned for the entire world. They want to get this worldwide and really out there to people. So the four components of the SelfBar solution. So we've got the SelfBar table. So the smart double tap, self-service, contactless payment, fast flow, 2 taps, 3.3 liters a minute, 6.6 liters per minute, blockchain technology, filter to destroy 99% of viruses and bacteria, so they're safe to operate, and can be used via regular fiat currencies or SBAR drink vouchers. The SelfBar mobile app, so there's 3 different user profiles: consumer, merchants, and manufacturer maintenance, for each of the different levels. And obviously you would have to talk to SelfBar to become a merchant or whatever. But yeah, that's the options if you would like to become a SelfBar merchant. The drink card allows funds to be loaded onto it, so you can actually pay via your card and contactless payment, which is really cool, and something that is very good from SelfBar. SelfBar token. Now, this token is an ERC20 Polygon blockchain token. If you don't know about Polygon blockchain, this is a very fast blockchain and a good blockchain at that. It processes a lot of transactions very quickly, and isn't like your Ethereum that's really slow and really expensive. These transactions are fast and cheap, which is the best of both worlds, really. So SBAR is a utility token. It represents a digital voucher giving the right to drinks credits that can be used on SelfBar tables. This promotional voucher has a minimum utility value of 1.5 euros in drink service. The SBAR token is actually pegged at a minimum of 1.5 euros. So your currency is relatively safe, and it's not going to go under that, which is really good. So you're always going to have some value there in case something ever did happen, which is really good to know. If you would like to get any SBAR token, you can actually buy them on LA Tokens and BitBlix, and they're also planning to release these on PancakeSwap. And there's a bit more information about the SBAR token if you would like to find that out. There's a few ways you can do that. Just head to the website, and there's going to be a bit more on that from other people. Instructions for the use of the SelfBar tables. The SBAR tables, you use that card that we talked about earlier to contactlessly pay, and then you're able to get drinks from that, which is really awesome, to be honest. And then you can see here how it all works. If you'd like to check that out, feel free to. There's a lot going on here. We can watch the SelfBar in action video. So let's just have a look at that. As you can see, the contactless card there, tipping out your drinks there, and then it actually takes off your money as you go, and you can see it displayed on a screen, which is really, really awesome, and I really like that. And you can fill up your glass to half or full, however you like to do it. And here I imagine this is the consumer, sorry, not the consumer, the marketer, that is actually able to see how much is left there. And I hope that one day that is me enjoying the beers and not having to go to the bar to get them, which is really awesome. And I would love that to be me. All right, how awesome is that? Now, if we continue on, the SelfBar company values eco-responsible solidarity to aid to merchants and social aid, very, very important. Environmentally friendly. The beer flows 5.5 cl in 1 second. 1 second poured aside represents 22% of a 25 cl glass. So without SelfBar, 22% wasted, 78% sold. With SelfBar, 1% wasted, 99% sold. So you are very, you're maximizing your profits here. You're not wasting any drink whatsoever. Within reason, 1% isn't very much. And yeah, it's just a lot more profit margin for you potentially. Benefits for the SelfBar ecosystem participants. So a more profitable business for all actors in the drink industry. So that involves the consumers, drink pumps and tables contractors, bars and restaurants, and drink distributors. Very, very important. A winning solution for bars and retailers here. So you can just see a lot of stats here and whatnot. And it looks very nice. So you can see here margin up to five times more using these SelfBar tables predicted, which is really, really cool, because obviously you don't need all of those those general people to help operate in a bar. You can have this table set up and it just works automatically and automates all of the transactions, and it goes to everybody that's involved. It's just really cool, and I really like this. It's very, very nice. So SelfBar impacts bars and retailers in 6 ways. It allows them to multiply their margin up to 5 times more. It promotes an image of eco-responsible action by eliminating waste. Everything that went down the drain was lost is now monetized. SelfBar makes it possible to sustain social action. 3% of the SelfBar margin is paid to help the poor, which is really nice, and I really like that they're giving back to the less fortunate, which is really, really cool. Drink dispenser tables are very expensive. SelfBar makes them available to establishments free of charge. SelfBar reduces costs thanks to less administrative costs such as accounting, logistics, organization, etc. SelfBar ensures a better customer service. SelfBar's self-service system allows the staff in the room to take better care of customers and give them more attention. The customer experience is faster and more fun. Consumer benefits, a new exciting way to have fun. Cashless, COVID responsible, total freedom and friendliness. And it also offers a air clean UVC lighting. It actually cleans the air around and eliminates bacteria and viruses from the air, which is really awesome, and I really like that. It's just very safe to use. Here we can see the advantages for manufacturers and distributors here. So SelfBar company buys the tables up front from the manufacturers. SelfBar company commissions the manufacturers for bringing customers, and the table maintenance is anticipated and can be paid for in real time. So if you want to read that, just pause that and have a look at for yourself there. But that's the main 3 points there. The advantages of the SelfBar system for brewers and distributors. So here, same thing. If you guys want to read this, you can read it now. But I'm just going to read the top here. So SelfBar tables are additional distribution tools that brewers can take advantage of. They do not compete with their ecosystems. More advantages here in this table that you can look at if you'd like to. And the SelfBar token. So this is a lot of information about the SelfBar token that I'm going to cover right now as well. So the SelfBar utility token. What is the token? Token represents a right for its owner. It is expressed through a digital system secured by the blockchain. And as I mentioned before, the SelfBar token is on the public Polygon blockchain ERC20. Public transparency, so you can see all of the records involved in this token if you head on over to their contract, so you know that nothing fishy is going on, and you can always make sure and just check it out in case you ever had worries, so you know that it's safe and you know that nothing is going to happen. Fundamentals of the SelfBar token value. Token value is backed by the voucher, utility, and the scarcity, so there's only a limited amount of tokens, but as you've seen from the from like these images of how many tables they want to get out to the world, there's a scarce number of tokens. However, there is an unlimited amount of tables that can be made and supplied. So you can imagine that if these tables became more and more and more popular, then people are wanting to get these SelfBar tokens, and they're going to be more scarce, which will drive the price up, and will encourage selling and buying, and it will just be it could be a potential really profitable token, and not just a utility token that you can actually use. It could become potentially very profitable, which is very cool, but make sure you do your own research and just be careful, guys. There. Explanation: calculation of the price of the drink voucher. You can read that if you'd like. More SelfBar technical characteristics. There's a lot of words there, and some that I probably don't know what they mean, so we're just going to skip over that for now. And then this is the maximum number of SelfBar tokens used, and yeah, there's just a bit of information there if you'd like to read it. I'm going to leave the white paper link in the description below if you guys would like to read this, guys, so you can go through it yourself and just check it out for yourself. The SelfBar business model. So the key role of manufacturers installers in the SelfBar business model. This is a SelfBar just diagram of how everything is going to work with all of the interactions within the industry. So the consumers, the manufacturers, etc. As you can see here. Direct access to the distribution network via table manufacturers. So we can see bars have to buy the equipment, but then in this new this new thing that SelfBar actually does is SelfBar finances the equipment, and then tables are free of charge for bars, so bars can just start working, and it's less of a cost to start up, and potentially doesn't put them out of business. This really helps the bar owners actually make a living, which is really, really cool, and honestly awesome idea. SelfBar deployment, so they just want to get it out to as many people as they can. So target within 3 years with 100 manufacturers is installing 1 table per day. 2, SelfBar can already build 36,500 tables a year. That's crazy. That is a lot of tables if that were the case to get it out to people. DAV Equipment is SelfBar's main actual partner. So DAV Equipment is the tap manufacturers, and they actually allow the SelfBar tables to have the taps on display and use them, which is awesome, which is great. International expansion strategy. So SelfBar aspires to expand across the world through franchises. We already work with DAV Equipment France and Antone de Belgium, who manufacture and install tables in Belgium and France, which is awesome. So they really want to get this out to as many countries and as many places as they can. And just keep growing through word of mouth, ambassadors, and advertising, and just getting the word out, which is great. And as if I haven't mentioned it already, the SelfBar system works for all types of drinks. So it doesn't have to be just beer and like real like alcoholic drinks. It can be water, sodas, coffee, tea, juice, whatever you'd like. It can be filled with that, which is really cool. You'd have this for a sports day and just have electrolytes and water and juice on display and in use that can be used by anyone, which is really, really awesome, and could potentially be massive. Turnover generated by a SelfBar table. So SelfBar takes 17% margin on drink sale, which really isn't that much. 17% margin really isn't that much. And as you can see here, this is the plan to use the margin. So sources of income for SelfBar. The project generates 4 sources of income for SelfBar. So drinks consumption, 17% of sales revenue from drink consumption of SelfBar tables. And then obviously that's how it works. Sale of ambassador contract prompting rapid global deployment. Big data, SelfBar tables data can be sold to the drink industry actors. Advertising, SelfBar tables are billboards for advertisers, and that's a really important, you can have your, you can put branding on these tables and pay SelfBar to do that. That's actually great. I didn't even think about that. That's awesome, actually. So the SelfBar timeline. So now we're getting to the end of the white paper here, guys. So SelfBar timeline. So this is the timeline here. So more than 100 manufacturers and installers will be involved to manufacture and place SelfBar tables worldwide by the end of 2024. Manufacturers are sourced in each market to limit the cost of ecological impact of table transport. So these are just the table estimation date. So December 2026, 80,000 tables potentially is the target for that time, which is really, really awesome. That's a lot of tables. A lot of tables. So the team, finally, the team got Vincent Calabert. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Vincent, the CEO of SelfBar, a natural born inventor. We've got the rest of the team here. So we've got, I watched an interview with a couple of these guys. So Vincent was there, Sebastian was there as well. Greg was also there. And then Adrian was there as well. And they just talked about, a few things about SelfBar and their goals. And it was just very, very insightful, and I learned a lot from it. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll leave that in the description below as well. And more team members here. And actually, as you can see, there's actually a lot of team members. So that is 19 team members so far. So yeah, they've got a really big team working on it, and it's really, really awesome. So here are the bunch of risks and warnings for for their tables, and just read through those if you'd like to. So there you go, guys. That's about it for SelfBar. I really hope you enjoyed this video and it was very informative and you learned a lot about SelfBar. If you guys would like to contact them, they've got a email address just here, so info@selfbar.be. They've got a website here as well. Their social media links down there as well. So they've got Telegram, Facebook, YouTube, their website, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So if you guys want to go check them out anywhere, please feel free. They've got a really cool project, and I really hope we see these around the world very, very soon. And who knows, you might have one in your local pub down the road. And I hope I have one actually. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, see ya, bye.